Hey YouTuber, Starfire here. So I'm gonna be reviewing Supernatural, and I know that there hasn't been a review for it for the last few weeks. We were planning on doing every other week for that, but we just weren't able to do the other reviews. Raven hasn't had time to get completely caught up. I mean, she's watched the most recent episodes, but there's still a couple like earlier on that she hasn't watched. So we were gonna do it together today before the Supergirl episode, but I ended up watching the episode too late and not being able to, and we weren't able to do that. So I'm doing it by myself. Anyway, I'm kind of just gonna do like a recap of or like a general review of like 6, 7, and 8, because honestly, this past week's episode was kind of mediocre compared to the other two. So, because the last episode that we reviewed was episode 5, and the one that was on Thursday was episode 8. I feel like 6 and 7 were a lot better episodes than episode 8 was. So, I'm kind of just going to do like a general review of those 3 episodes. So, I mean, I'll title it episode 8, but it's mostly going to contain stuff from the other 2 as well. Because episode 6 was Tombstone, and I love those episodes when they go back to like a past time and, you know, do what they do. And we all know how much Dean loves the Old West and loves being a cowboy. And so he had like so much fun doing that. And, you know, it was a fun episode and I really enjoyed it. Episode 7, War of the Worlds, was where Lucifer comes back to our world. And him and Cass are kind of like negotiating with each other and working together. And that's interesting. So, yeah. And trying to find Jack and everything. So, I mean, this is still going to be a pretty short review just because I never really have that long of Supernatural reviews. I mean, episode 5 was longer because Raven was reviewing it with me, but when I do them by myself, they're short. And you guys all know this because I've been doing them by myself for a while now. But, yeah, I feel like episode 8 was just kind of one of those, like, episode of the week, mediocre kind of filler episodes. It wasn't as good as the other 2. And so if I had just done a review about that, it would seriously be only, like, a few minutes long. I honestly would not know what to say about it. So that's why I'm including the others. But, like, I'm trying to remember what happened in them because, you know, it's been a couple weeks already. And, so Tombstone. Okay, so Cass is reunited with Jack. And, and the boys. And, they investigate a murder in a sleepy old western town. And he gets to live out, and Dean gets to live out his boyhood fantasy when he comes face to face with a famous gunslinging outlaw. Nobody else knows who he is except Dean, and he's all excited and freaking out. And, yeah, so they just get to, he gets to play his part, and, you know, Dean loves that. So, yeah. See, this has an 8.6 rating out of 10. What did episode 7 have? 8.9. Yeah, that was a really good one. And then this past week's episode was like 7.4, which is still relatively good, but it's not as high of a rating as the other 2. War of the Worlds. As Sam and Dean continue their search for Jack with Asmodeus on their trail. Yeah, Lucifer's able to get away from the alternate world, and him and Cass collaborate, kind of, and, you know, the boys have to deal with Asmodeus, who's, like, the head of, in charge of hell now, because Crowley's gone, and so it's just all, you know, crazy and interesting. Are you guys liking what's happening this season? Like, are you enjoying it? Do you wish that they would do things a little differently? Like, what are your thoughts? I feel like they need to kind of go back to the alternate world. Like, I want to see what's going on with Mary. I want them, and I know that it's probably going to happen in the mid-season, which is this week. But, like, I want to see that again. I want to know what's going on with that. And, yeah. And I like Cass. I like the fact that Cass always wants to do the right thing. Regardless of, you know, even if it's a mistake for him to, you know, even if it turns out to backfire or it turns out to be bad and he messes things up, like, I just like that he always tries to do what he thinks is right. And, you know, him and Lucifer being allies is kind of weird, but at the same time, it's actually kind of interesting because, you know, they're both supposed to be there for Jack. I mean, Jack thinks of Cass as, like, his mentor and, like, a father figure. And even though Lucifer is his real father, Lucifer doesn't even know much about his own kid. So, you know, and then the whole thing with Jack, like, I really think that if he has a harness and control of his powers, he can use them for good. He can be a good person. He can be an ally. He can, you know, do what he believes to be right with his powers. And yeah, it might not be right for other people or according to other people, but because he's half, so I feel like he, you know, he's always going to have that struggle between good and evil, like we have. And so I don't know. I hope ultimately that the good wins out over evil. But yeah, with Jack, I mean, not just in general. I mean with Jack. But yeah, and then in this episode, it just was more of them trying to find Jack and running into these problems, and there really wasn't a whole lot happening in the episode. It was kind of just to me. It was very mediocre compared to the last two before that. So yeah, just give me your predictions about what you think is happening. Do you like the way they're handling some of this stuff? Do you like the fact that Cass and Lucifer are working together? Like, do you also want to see more of the alternate world where Mary still is? And I hope that they're gonna. I think I read or saw the trailer for the mid-season, and they are gonna do that. You know, go there. The boys are gonna find out about it and find out about their mom still being alive. So yeah, just give me your thoughts in the comments. I really want to know. I know I haven't been posting the videos on Twitter. I've honestly just been so busy and focused on school stuff that I have not even done that. So I will try to do it with the Supergirl episode that's being uploaded, the Supergirl review that's being uploaded, and I will try to remember to do it for this review as well. Tomorrow we are doing a live stream for the mid-season finale of The Flash. So I hope you guys all tune in if you watch that. Because last week was so entertaining and so funny and probably one of our best live streams that we've had. And just because, like, the chat was just great. And so yeah, I hope you guys join us for that. And there'll be... I don't know if there'll be... I'll try to review the mid-season finale for this because it's going to be a better episode than this past week's was. But Raven and I were trying to do where the week we didn't review Once Upon a Time, we reviewed Supernatural. So, and Once Upon a Time is coming back this Friday. So, we might review the finale, or we might not. It just all depends. But I will definitely watch the episode, even if I don't review it. I'll probably review it because it's the finale. So you'll have two Supernatural reviews this week, because this one was supposed to be done earlier, and I was really busy this weekend on the go getting schoolwork done. So I didn't get a chance to watch it until tonight, and the review didn't happen until now. So yeah. But the mid-season finale will most likely be reviewed. Once Upon a Time comes back on Friday, and then you have the live stream for The Flash tomorrow, and she's going to do the mid-season review for Legends as well. So those are what you have to look forward to this week, and I hope you guys all have a great holiday season, and because a lot of these shows are going off after this week for a hiatus. So I hope you guys all have a great holiday season, and, enjoy the cool, beautiful weather. And yeah. So comment, like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. And until next time, carry on, my wayward son.